Hello everyone. Well, I'm excited because I'm out of my Zoom room. It's always a treat. Oh, speaking of treats, I got Smarties for Valentine's. Thank you, Smartie Giver. Anyway, I am at the Chilliwack School of Performing Arts, and with me is the artistic director, Lisa Braun.
Hello.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for coming here, Nancy.
Oh, it's a pleasure. So tell me about what you call it, SOPA?
We do. We call it SOPA. Yeah.
So tell me about it. What is it about?
Oh, wow. Okay, so SOPA, I guess a quick synopsis of it. SOPA has been around for 22 years. It was started as a community youth theater project, and it quickly became a nonprofit, pre-professional youth theater training organization. So we have our main stage program, which is our flagship program, and it started. We do the large scale shows with that, and we work with professional artists, but we also expanded the school and the education here so that we have students from the age of 5 all the way to 20-ish that come here. And and it's sort of, the way it's been designed is that there's a general curriculum that you go through. Mm-hmm. Theater has a definite discipline of study, and but there's, up until the main stage class or a performance class, you can enter at any time, and it's sort of designed to meet students at their needs. And
very good.
Yeah.
So now, how long have you been involved?
Oh my goodness. I guess it's been about 13 or 14 years now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
So were you an actor, or are you an actress?
I am actually. I have been performing ever since I was very small. And spent some time doing a whole bunch of other jobs and found my way back to theater.
So what kind of other jobs, just out of curiosity?
I've done some management in retail and actually the fitness industry, and I've also been a business owner myself. I've done designated driving, and yeah, I've done a lot of things actually. Interestingly, uniquely sort of gave me skills to be able to do this job.
Right. Now, is there a board of directors?
There most definitely is. Yeah, we're a nonprofit organization, so we're fortunate to have a wonderful board of directors that we work with.
Are you on the board?
No.
Oh, okay.
As the artistic director, I work with the board.
Now, I volunteer at the Chilliwack Culture Center, and recently there was SpongeBob the musical was performed there, right?
Yes.
Now, how was that chosen, first of all?
Oh, that's a great question. This is something people ask often, because they say, why don't you do this musical? Musicals, or any play really, is licensed by different companies, and they make sure that the artists who created them are compensated for their work.
Okay.
And so shows are only really available when they are not touring or they're not on Broadway. And there's a lot of restrictions and stuff. So there's only a few you get to choose from every year. And originally we were looking at doing Shrek, but with everything that had happened, we just thought SpongeBob became available quite as a surprise. And it's just such a silly show, and it's so joyful. Even though the subject matter is actually quite timely, it's all done under this guise of cartoony silliness. And so we just kind of thought that sense of play would be really lovely.
Right. Now, that went on for what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I was amazed because I thought, being at the center, volunteering, I saw it more than once.
Yeah.
And I know that sometimes there was three performances in a day, right?
Yeah, I think two. I think 2 is the most we had in a day.
Okay, I thought there was like when the school kids came in the morning, then...
Yeah, and then we usually have an evening show with that. Yeah.
Okay, so I was wrong. But by the end of the 2 weeks, the kids were still so high in energy.
Yeah.
That was the whole, because I'm thinking how much rehearsal time was spent before it went on stage?
We spent about 700 hours total, so I think rehearsal time, it's probably fair to say 500-ish hours that they spend from September all the way till when we get there.
So that's a lot of time rehearsing, and then to take that onto stage. Now, once the stage, I can understand all the energy then.
Yeah.
But still, to continue that high energy.
Yeah.
And that was a very physical
Very
show.
Physical, yeah, very physical. I mean, they usually are all quite physical, especially musicals. There's large dance numbers. But we had a lot of challenges this year, and these guys, I think when it comes right down to it, the team was quite incredible and very cohesive and collaborative, and they were just excited to be there and performing. And I think we're all finding ourselves quite grateful to be able to create art and create theater right now.
This is what we need. I think in times of like for COVID, like when you shouldn't be out doing things or not supposed to, but we need entertainment.
I mean, we've talked about it since the beginning of the pandemic. You know, when we're lost, we turn to art. We go to music. We go to books. We find all those things, and art is so integral to our life as a humanity. And oftentimes, I think it's quickly overlooked in favor of more measurable things.
Yeah, for
sure. And that's
sure.
a challenge, because my work here has always been about not just about creating a show, but watching each individual human being oftentimes overcoming something that is quite difficult for them, because this place matters and what they're doing matters.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, what were the age of the children involved in the plays, like youngest to oldest?
12 to 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, no, I believe we had a 19-year-old in the show. Yeah.
Anyway, they were really good. It was quite enjoyable,
They
you know.
were.
I watched like the little kids who came in with their parents. They were so enthusiastic to see it,
It's
right?
lovely, yes.
Well, you were there. Were you there for everyone?
Yeah, I tend to. In theater, usually the directing team leaves, but this is an educational institution, so we try to stay and support the show, and also help them learn and grow. If things need to be tuned up, we kind of come along and do that.
Yeah, that's very good. So do you have anything coming up in the future?
We actually do. We have Destination Broadway, which is our variety show fundraiser we do every year. Normally we do it in November, but we weren't able to do it this year. So we moved it to March 25th. So we're pretty excited, because that's actually written by all of the cast members here. Mm-hmm. They write it in sort of a variety Muppet Show kind of style. It's usually a comedy with a bunch of sketches and songs involved. We do music from Broadway shows, and it's just a big giant fundraiser. We have an auction, and then in the spring, our spring festival runs. I believe it's May 17th to 21st, and that is the rest of the school. There are 5 other productions in the works right now, and we spend a week, and it's actually my favorite project, because the whole school works together. Our main stage team does Backstage, because we believe that you should be learning technical as well, and they support the school, and they've also been there. So these younger performers that are coming in and doing a show, they have support of people who really know what it's like to be in that position right then and there. And so I love it when the whole school is together.
Now, is this all done at the Culture Center?
It is, yeah. It's all done at the Cultural Center. Our main stage and our Destination Broadway is done in the Hub Theater, and we do our festival in the Rotary Hall, which I love, a black box theater. It's
I like the
wonderful.
Rotary Hall myself.
It's such a great theater. Yeah.
I find that for me, I don't hear so well sometimes, so when I'm in the Hub, it's like I don't know what they're saying.
I know.
But the Rotary it's smaller, so the sound doesn't bounce around quite as bad for me anyway.
It's true.
Now you formal education is you focused on theater and psychology?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
why the psychology?
Well, I find it fascinating, but also I work with youth, and theater is the study of life, and so I think it's important to sort of have sort of a deeper understanding of what it is, how we respond and how we deal with each other and what we need from each other, especially since I actually would like to do my master's degree, and I'd like to write a paper about how, for us as performers, our body actually doesn't know the difference between a pretend stressful situation and a real stressful situation. So part of our work, and part of the challenge of our work, especially with these developing human beings, is being able to take them into these situations and help them find their way through and create and deal with sort of the fact that your body still thinks that you're stressed out or you're upset or something's wrong. And so it's all about sort of learning how to advocate for yourself. And
yeah. Now, among the students, do you ever see somebody you think, wow, they are special?
Oh, wow.
Without giving names, of course.
No, I have to say there is so many of them. It's incredible to see what grows from this place, from the curiosity and creativity. And so there's so many amazing students. When you give youth a chance to advocate for themselves and to be autonomous and to be leaders, I think that's such an important thing, because you're teaching them how to steer their ship, and I think everybody needs a village that works with them. So there's quite a few that have gone into theater school and to doing work. We're very much focused on the fact that if this is something you would like to do as a career, you absolutely can. If you'd like to be famous, this might not be the place to train. If you'd like to be an artist, this is a great place to start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask you, did they ever come back and say, hey, I'm on Broadway?
I don't think we've had anybody from there, but we definitely have a lot of people who are either working performers or who have branched off into sort of the technical end in film, or are working in graphic arts or digital arts, but even just human beings that have gone on that have taken the information they've learned here and just become able to sort their lives more. Learning about music uses the same part of the brain as math does, so
right.
It's all of those things that allow them to sort of grow and stuff. So
okay.
yeah.
No, because it's a non-profit, does that mean that all the staff are volunteer, or do the head staff get paid? How's that work?
We definitely do pay our staff, and it's very important, especially in the arts. Oftentimes, I think there's sort of a belief that art is a labor of love, and therefore that should be your payment. But the reality is that the people that would like you to pay for your electricity, they don't.
No, they don't see it the same way.
They don't
right?
get paid in art. So, but we do, and we work really hard to try to pay people a living wage, which can be very challenging. We're in a small community, and we put on very large scale productions. We have a lot of different staff that come in and teach other classes and stuff, but. Right. Pretty much just my partner and I that sort of run the place, so it's quite a large job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have volunteers to help you?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, we do work with industry professionals in design on our main stage show,
right.
But we have lots of really incredible volunteers, people who come in who we say, just come and try something. Let's see what you're capable of, and it's that's another really amazing thing is to watch. People who come in, especially parents, they come in to help because it's important to them because their kids are involved.
Right.
And then they discover something they didn't know about themselves. And
right.
They discover a skill that they have, or, and we end up with parents who come back every single year to work backstage, and it becomes a really beautiful community. It's
right.
nice.
Now, do you ever have students who start off, like say on stage, and then because they get to learn the tech, say, oh, I'd rather be behind the stage?
Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure. And whenever possible, we do our best to accommodate that, to either find people who can mentor them, or we do have a class that we normally run. We're not running this year because of all of the different things, but it's called our performance class, and that's a class where the cast is also the design team. So they each take an element of design and try it out. And so, yeah, we've had humans who have come in here as performers and have decided to go to school to do set design. And yeah,
that's very good.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Remind me again what's coming up.
Oh, Destination Broadway in March
okay.
25th, and that's our big fundraiser.
All right, and that's going to be at the Hub.
At the Hub Theater.
Okay, of course that'll be in the paper or around town.
Yeah, absolutely. We've put it on our Facebook and our Instagram right now, and there'll be some more stuff out there that'll get everybody coming.
Okay, and just remind the audience the date again.
March 25th.
Hub. They're a big fundraiser, people, and so you get out there and you support.
Yeah,
buy tickets, and if I'm a volunteer, come and say hi. If I'm a volunteer when you're there,
I hope you're there. It was really nice to see you during the main stage show.
Well, I can't volunteer all the time, of course, but I do some of it, and I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's all part of the fun, and I think if more people get out there and volunteered, whether it's for the Culture Central or coming here or whatever it is, anything that's non-profit in the community.
It's true.
If we can help out, not everybody can, but if you can, and some people are hesitant, I think, sometimes, because they're not sure what's involved.
Yeah,
right?
It's true. Yeah, I think it feels like this big sort of uncertainty, right?
Yeah, and then there's the volunteer addicts. That people have trouble saying no.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway,
hopefully they enjoy that.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, this has been great. I appreciate you letting me come in here and do it so I get out of my Zoom room, People know how I talk about my Zoom room all the time. It used to be my living room. Used to be my dining room.
Oh, wow. Well, we're happy to have you here for sure.
Well, it's fun. I would like to come another time when maybe you got a class going on or something.
Sure,
that would be really enjoyable.
Yeah.
All right?
That sounds lovely.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked what Lisa had to say. And remember, it was Lisa Braun, and she's with SOPA, Chilliwack School of Performing Arts. And so take care, everybody, and peace out.